that the course that starts today is very important. After Our Knowledge is one of the first neuropathological courses that takes place in Romania, and for that I want to thank all the faculty that organized this course, and of course first of all I would like to thank Professor Roxana Cărare, our friend. She's at the confluence of neuropathology in UK and in Romania, a dear friend, a very close collaborator with our university.
It is wonderful to see everybody here, and you might be wondering who I am and what my connection to this is. I have been, so I've trained in Romania, in Bucharest, and a little bit in Ireland, and I ended up in Southampton in 1998, where I had a wonderful mentor who was a neuropathologist, and quite frankly I did not know what neuropathology was until then, and I started my journey in the experimental side of neuropathology to actually better, how can we find cures for neurological diseases if we don't know what goes on in the brain? And neuropathology helps you diagnose and get on the journey of scientific thinking and towards cures and towards new biomarkers. Through a series of serendipity and fortunate events, I ended up in Târgu Mureș with a series of projects. I've made friends here. And you know, part of my ambition was to actually see neuropathology a course starting here in Romania.
The various topics of these workshops underline once again the complexity and diversity of the modern neuropathology. Each session will bring challenges but also unique opportunities to discover this complexity. It is the moment for collaboration that is already established between our university, between Brain Institute and between International Society of Neuropathology. Thank you for your participation, and I wish you days full of learning and fruitful collaboration during this workshop.
One of the other things I want to say, it's absolutely historical for us to be here, George Palade University. That is fantastic. As pathologists, we very much appreciate here. And one more thing, yesterday we had the most fantastic expose to Transylvania. From the heights to the depth, length to the breadth. That was just wonderful, just to see your history and how all of you are so united in the country of Romania. Wonderful and a historical perspective that we didn't appreciate, most of us. That was beautiful. So thank you very much for organizing that. But it's really a delight to be here on behalf of ISN, and I'll explain in a moment about ISN. So. And I think some words have already been said. I am Raj Kalaria, as mentioned, and have had the privilege of leading the Training and Development Subcommittee part of the executive of ISN, probably for the last 10 years. It's too long, I think. And I think somebody should take over. We're in an era that people should not stay around too long, otherwise things get a bit rusty and a bit old. So, but about ISN, ISN, International Society of Neuropathology, basically is a conglomeration of a large number of national societies around the world, and that makes up the ISN. So there's an executive, as lots of international societies have. We own a journal called Brain Pathology, as you may have come across that journal. Very good journal to publish. And then there's a whole executive, but works and basically to try to promote neuropathology around the world, globally. One other thing I'd like to say is that we also are very, very keen to bring our science, our practice, to low and middle income countries. Now, Romania may lie somewhere in between there, but it's very important for us to, for example, to go to the Balkans, to Sub-Saharan Africa, even North Africa, Latin America, and parts of Asia as well, where we can try to provide our expertise in a limited way. I think very often, because it's a very short time we are in a place, and then exchanging. But out of that, I must tell you, there's not enough time this morning to tell you how many success stories we've had over the years. It's just amazing.
Worldwide, there is an increase of the frequency of brain tumors and a decrease in the age of their onset. How do you comment on this? What's your perspective on this subject?
Well, interesting question. Thank you. It's, of course, the increasing diagnostic technology leads to earlier recognition of people with brain tumors, resulting in some early and higher rates detected. Detection does not mean that it is a real increase of detection. So there's also some other way to look on that, looking that there are many environmental factors that might have an impact on brain tumors also, and other diseases as well, as we know from many civilization diseases.
I generally believe that it's most likely due to probably also, in all honesty, more accurate diagnosis, that there have been significant advancements in the radiology diagnostics, and hopefully in future in Romania it will also extend to the neuropathological diagnostics and molecular characterization of these tumors. But I generally believe that it's most likely due to the technology advancements diagnosing diseases early, and also patients going to the doctors early and actually talking about their problems and challenges they have. I do not really think there is an evidence-based record that it would be to do with environment. We of course cannot exclude it, but I generally think it's a lot to do with improving the diagnostics.
Along the years, we have seen a lot of tumors in young people, so it's not a surprise that the number increase, because the number of tumors generally increase. of course, we can guess why the number increased, because it's about the way of life. Yeah, it's about the stress level. Of course, we believe that it is related with radiation. I don't know if it is related with the phone or not, so we can use the phone. Yeah, this is true. But the number of tumors, generally speaking, probably due to gene mutations, increase in young people. This is the reason why it's necessary to develop new techniques, imagistic techniques, microscopic techniques in order to detect in early stages, but more important, to treat them based on the gene mutation status.
Well, it's not so easy to answer this question. On one hand, we live in an aging society where the life expectancy rises, and I wouldn't go so far as to just claim environmental causes for the increased incidence of brain tumors. I don't, to be honest, I don't have a real, let's say, scientifically founded answer and explanation for that phenomenon. All I can say is that we as neuropathologists, talking about brain tumors, we have the task of providing the clinicians and the patients with the correct diagnosis, because that's the precondition to choose the right treatment. And there's now more than 200 brain tumor entities and variants that we can discriminate by molecular testing, and I think we should proceed along these lines to arrive finally as an exact diagnosis as we can deliver to the patients, because it's just a prerequisite for individualized therapeutic approaches.
Some information about the specialists who will hold the courses?
So today we have 4 specialists. One is Professor Herbert Budka, who is probably the veteran of the International Society of Neuropathology, and he has a special interest in prion diseases. Professor Raj Kalaria is also a fellow of the Academy of Medical Sciences. He has a special interest in vascular side of dementia, but he will also be talking about the neuropathology of epilepsy. He works in Newcastle and has many international awards. He's renowned and also very well known in the field of education in neuropathology. We have Professor Zane Yaunmuktane, who is from University College London, and she has a long-standing interest in neurodegeneration. And we have Professor Frank Stefan, who is from Basel in Switzerland, and he's an expert in brain tumors.
I think Romania is a big country for Europe. It's an important country. It's a sort of intermediate between Latin and Slavic and German-speaking countries. So it's quite appropriate to have such a course and meeting here. And the reason why we think that the International Society of Neuropathology should support such a meeting is that we need to make some sort of advocacy for the field, because in some places it's not so well developed. But it's very important. It's important for neurosurgery, it's important for neurology, psychiatry, and for the neurosciences as a whole.
We thought there was a need by networking in the Balkans. So last year the plan was to come to at least 2 Balkan countries. So we chose one in North Macedonia, in Skopje, last year, and then Romania this year. So we are very happy to be here, and it's just wonderful. And to see the excellent interest, that's really excited us, because we can get sometimes maybe half the audience we have here. Sometimes we get larger audience, but this is the largest audience we've ever had. Yes, and so as a result, there's a lot of networking after that. And so one of the things that will happen, I think, is probably exchange of trainees. Maybe they come to our institutions, or one of the other instructors, Then the other thing would happen, I think, is we would borrow probably, they would borrow some techniques that we can use and diagnostic methods as well, possibilities of a collaboration of a project that will be mutual, and we could find maybe somebody to sponsor and fund the project too. So there's so many possibilities that happen, and as I said, I think in my introduction, we have so many success stories in the past. So it's really a very positive thing for ISN to do this. Absolutely. Yeah.
So this course is a teaching course by the ISN, International Society of Neuropathology. It's an outreach activity of the ISN, which with the aim of fostering knowledge in low and middle income countries, which I think Romania would qualify as. And our mission is basically to encourage especially young colleagues to follow up the latest developments and probably also seize the opportunity to make personal connections, seize the opportunity to go abroad and visit institutions outside to learn and gain some first-hand knowledge, and then get back to Romania, establish the diagnostic procedures here.
At this event, we have participation which are very young. Yeah, we discuss about residents. For residents, it's very important to know how to put the diagnosis, but moreover, it's important to understand the role of molecular biology, because this is the future of the targeted therapy. Yeah, this is the main benefit. In Romania, we have brain tumors, but not too many neuropathology cases, yeah, which refers to inflammation, which refers to disorders of the nerves, disorders of the muscles. This is the reason why, probably, starting with this point, we will start to diagnose also this type of lesions, which is a must for Romania, because there are extremely few specialists. So it's a benefit.